What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 45. We've reached the Michael Jordan comeback episode at 45. I am always your host, Greg. I'm letting the hair roam today. I'm the male Medusa, if you're watching on YouTube. I'm your co-host, whatever you want to call me, Greg. No Vinny today, obviously. I had a bit in today, so we're going to get Thursday, but it doesn't matter. We roll on. More of the same. We will talk about the big game. We will talk about SB licks just a little bit. It really was a stinker, but I guess we were due for a stinker since really the last Super Bowl that wasn't very competitive in my memory, in my brain, was the New York, New Jersey Super Bowl. I'm bad with the numbers. No idea what number Super Bowl that was, but that was the Denver Broncos losing, with Peyton Manning losing to the Seattle Seahawks in New Jersey. That game stunk. But yeah, so we have a new Super Bowl champion in the NFL. And that would be your Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you listened on Thursday, I laid out why they were going to win. I would have laid money on Patrick Mahomes because he's that good, but everything told you the Eagles were just a better team through and through. And as much as it seemed like Kansas City kind of, cakewalk to do the AFC, you might argue with me about the Buffalo game, but Kansas City was never really in danger of losing that game, really. I mean, I don't know. That's how I see it. But Patrick Mahomes, well on his way to being the GOAT, right? 21 of 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions. They had 0 rushing game. Patrick Mahomes was their leading rusher with 25 yards. Next best was Kareem Hunt, 9 yards. That was brutal. One shining spot for one shining spot for the offense was Xavier Worthy with 8 catches for $157 and 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins also caught a late garbage touchdown. Like I said, 40-22. It was, 17-24-0 right away. This game was over almost before it started. Harry Connick could have told you that when he opened up. But, now Super Bowl MVP was Jalen Hurts. And he played well. He picked up his game. He clearly did not show any signs of injury with that knee because he ran for 72 yards. He threw for 221. He ran for a touchdown, tush push. And he threw 2 touchdowns in the air. He also had 1 interception. Devonta Smith was the leading pass catcher with 4 catches for 69 yards. Only Saquon had more catches with 6. He had 40 yards, Saquon, very quiet. 25 rushes for only 57 yards. So Spags and that D, they got that job done. They stopped weapon number 1, the offensive player of the year. We'll get into awards a little bit. But Saquon did win offensive player of the year, which was predictable. Almost all the awards were pretty predictable. If you did watch NFL Honors on, I believe that was Thursday, down in New Orleans. So there you have it. The Eagles didn't blitz. They didn't need to. Their front four caused havoc. Sweat had a phenomenal game on defense for them. Zach Bond had the big interception. Cooper DeJean had a pick 6, which was a nice play. Just real good thing. Josh Sweat, 2.5 sacks. Milton Williams, 2 sacks. I saw some talk of why didn't one of them get Super Bowl MVP, but it's tough. All these awards are for the quarterback now. I mean, how many people remember, the D-backs that win MVP and stuff. I don't know. It might be just be a recognition thing and a memory thing, and who knows. But yeah, that the NFL is over. No three-peat, no Pat Riley merchandise profiting. He has copyrighted. He did a long time ago. He owns the rights to three-peat. So any merchandise in any sport where you have a three-peat, if you put that term on your clothes, you're giving money to Pat Riley. He claims most of it he gives to charity, but still, smart move by him. But so he can't be happy that Kansas City got the doors blown off them. Yeah, it wasn't close. I don't think Kelsey had a catch till like the third quarter. It wasn't very good. It's never good for the Chiefs when you have Big Dom on the screen more than Taylor Swift. So yeah, looked like all the parties were pretty fun. Maybe one day I can. Maybe one day you listeners, can get me down there with more likes, comments, shares, and subscribers. Tell me what you thought of the game. Comment on. Find us on social media. But yeah, also, yeah, like I mentioned, Thursday was the awards. So let's get into the award winners real quick. You had MVP went to Josh Allen. I believe it's only the second time in NFL history where the MVP winner was a quarterback who wasn't first-team All-Pro. That went to Lamar Jackson. I believe that's only the second time in history. But yeah, predictable. Josh Allen gets MVP. I guess there's some Lamar fatigue. Lamar had the better year, statistically. Kevin O'Connell wins Coach of the Year. This one could have been a few guys. But Kevin O'Connell with Sam Darnold with a phenomenal season. Almost got the bye if they could have won in Week 18 in Detroit. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings Coach of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jared Verse. Young stud on the Rams. Comeback Player of the Year, predictable because they weren't. Because let's just say it, his defense cost him many awards. But he did win Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. He could have won MVP, could have won Offensive Player of the Year. But realistically, team success hurt him there. He had the best year at the position. He had the best year, arguably, in the NFL. The only other guy I would put up opposite him would be Saquon, and Saquon did win Offensive Player of the Year, like I mentioned. Burrow was up for all three of those awards, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and comeback. They gave him something. That's what it was. So, arguably could have been Sam Darnold. Always could be DeMar Hamlin. He died on the field, and he's playing. And he's playing almost every snap on defense. So, it's one way to look at that award, too. Depoy, Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain, whatever you want to call him. Patrick Surtain. The second, Denver, he's the cornerback. He had a great year, shutdown corner. It was him and Sauce for a while, but he's supplanted Sauce for the time being as the best corner in the league for sure. And then Vin predicted this. I think I went Marvin Harrison Jr. If you look back all the way back to episode 1, 44 episodes ago. My guy, Jaden Daniels, wins Rookie of the Year. Not going to lie, I overlooked him when looking at Rookie of the Year prospects because I was just rushing. I was nervous with the first. It's the first show. It was the first PMP, first Potty Mouths, episode uno. Yeah, so last award would be less award for performance. Ben Johnson wins Assistant Coach of the Year. He's the OC. He was the OC of the Lions, now head coach of the Chicago Bears. I say performance, meaning on the field and during games, because Eric Armstead of the Jaguars won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, and that's how they finished the show with that big honor. And Walter Payton's family was there, and it's a nice honor. He gave a good speech. He probably wanted to dig a little deeper in what he was saying, in my opinion, but he probably felt like he said enough. But he a good speech. You could look it up. It's very, very quick. But yeah, that was good. And then also, the awards the NFL Honors also names the Hall of Fame class. And the Hall of Fame class for the NFL looks like this. 4 guys getting in. Eli Manning. Oh, sorry. Nah, Eli's not a Hall for. And he's a Hall of Famer because of the 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. He had a 500 record. Statistically, he's behind Rivers. He's behind Ben. He's behind, I believe, Matt Ryan in most major offensive categories. So he'll get in. He'll have his day. It would be kind of cool if it would suck for him because he'd wait, but it would be kind of cool if Ben, Rivers, and Eli get in together. But I doubt that will happen. Eli will probably get in the next year or 2, I would assume, because people love him. He's popular. You're not gonna not vote for him based on personality and popularity, and he just overall seems like a good dude. Plus, I'm sure these voters, if they're probably thinking like, oh shit, Peyton, I gotta deal with Peyton if I leave him off too long. But yeah, I think it's time. It will be his time eventually. But if you make T.O. wait, you got to make Eli Manning wait. Yeah, and enough with the Reggie Wayne hate or dismissal. Let's get Reggie Wayne in. I don't know what's taking so long. Speaking of taking so long, 2 long-time Hall of Fame hopefuls get in. And Eric Allen, very good defensive back. They have him in an Eagles uniform here. I remember him on the Raiders, I believe, for a while. I believe he was a Raider. Eric Allen's solid player. He was also on ESPN for a little bit, if you recognize the name. And then Sterling Sharp. Injuries cut his tight end career. Wide receiver career. His brother is Shannon Sharp. But Sterling Sharp was a standout player for the Green Bay. His career cut short to injuries. Everyone would tell you that he was, absolute stud, cream of the crop until the injuries. From 88 to 94, wide receiver Sterling Sharp for the Packers. He set an NFL single season record with 108 receptions in 93, and then set it again the next year with 112 catches in 94. But then he got a neck issue, and that caused him to retire way before he was done or the tank was empty. And then the other 2 guys that you probably know and recognize: Jared Allen, defensive end, mainly with the Vikings. I believe he was with the Chiefs for a little bit too. And then Antonio Gates. Phillip Rivers, his favorite, and a little bit of Drew Brees, I believe. His favorite, was he with Drew Brees? I don't remember. But Antonio Gates, tight end with the Chargers. Great career for 2003. Yeah, 2003 to 2018. So yeah, he had Brees. He broke Tony Gonzalez's record for career touchdowns by a tight end. He's one of the best. Wasn't the fastest, but great hands, and he was a bull. So that's your class 2025. I don't know if maybe they will add one like a veteran. I think the veterans always add like a 5th or 6th. Eventually, I could be wrong about that. I thought there's always 5, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, those are your 4 Hall of Fame voters. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Eli should have got in? Do you believe in the first ballot versus non-first ballot stuff? I kind of still do. It's I don't know why. It's just what I was raised on. Like, first ballot's first ballot. Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame. And I guess there's different levels. I know when you get into Hall of Fame, there aren't levels. There aren't, Tom Brady's not going to have his own wall. Well, maybe he will. But, everyone's an equal in that hall. But I guess when you get in is an equal. But whatever. Giants fans, do not sweat. Eli will get in. He's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And how many people on earth can say that? So you just have to wait, and he said he's good with all that. Deep down, I'm sure he's a little disappointed, but whatever. He'll be there. Speaking of Hall of Fame, I mentioned this 2 episodes ago that we were going to get into it, but we never did. MLB Hall of Fame, maybe a month ago now, announced their class of 2025. 2 old-timers, Dick Allen and Dave Parker. If you're a baseball fan, you know the names. If you're younger or just not, or a casual, you probably don't. But they are going to get in. Dick Allen, famous for his time with the Phillies, and Dave Parker, famous for his time with the Pirates. And trying to see if I can give you some info on them. Just the article I have up, just looking for stats I could throw you away. Parker. So Dave Parker played in 19 seasons, 11 with the Pirates. He won 2 NL batting titles and the 1978 NL MVP in Pittsburgh. 3 Gold Gloves, and he won the 79 World Series with the Pirates. So he gets his day in the sun. And then Dick Allen played for 5 teams in 15 years. 9 of those were with the Phillies. And he won the NL Rookie of the Year in 64. He hit 204 of his 351 career home runs with the Phillies. So he gets his day in the sun. And good for them. Congratulations. And then the bigger names, or the more current names that you guys all know, CC Sabathia is getting in. Ichiro Suzuki, I believe, was one short of unanimous. I believe Mariano Rivera is the only unanimous. I know Tom Seaver had the highest vote percentage ever. Before that, maybe Ken Griffey had something to say with that. Maybe Jeter, I don't know. But Ichiro, he'd have the same percentage, I assume, unless some voters have stopped voting or passed away. But anyway, Ichiro, 1 vote away from unanimous. Ichiro was phenomenal. Played 19 seasons, 14 with Seattle, 10-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year, MVP in the same year, 2001, 10 Gold Gloves, 2 batting titles, and he set the MLB single-season hits record in 2004. He was phenomenal. He was an unbelievable player. Speed, arm, glove, bat. I've heard people say that if he wanted to, he could hit 400 career home runs if he put his mind to it, if that's how he approached his at-bats. And then CC Sabathia, 11 seasons with the Yankees, 19 seasons overall. He led the MLB in wins in 2009 and 2010 with the Yankees. He won the World Series with the Yankees. And then finally, Billy Wagner. Nice story. Very, very good closer. I didn't know if he would be a Hall of Famer while watching him. He wasn't Met, but 9 of his 16 years he was an Astro. 3 All-Stars. He saved 30 or more games 5 times. He was their first-round draft pick in 1993, then debuted 2 years later. Fun story about Billy Wagner, similar to Juan Soto in a way. Juan Soto's dad made him play lefty, and now Juan Soto is well on his way to the Hall of Fame himself as a natural righty, but he is a phenomenal left-handed hitter, one of the best of all time. Billy Wagner broke his right arm when he was young. He was a pitcher, and he didn't want to miss games, so he learned to throw lefty, and he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Fame lefty closer, natural-born righty. These guys are on a different level of talent, skill, dedication, determination. La 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 la. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I am the male Medusa today. My hair, my coif, it's going places. And hopefully this podcast is going places. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, comment. What did you think of the Super Bowl? What did you think of the halftime show? I thought Kendrick did a very good job I didn't know every song, but I knew most. I love SZA. I didn't even I was texting with people and just whatever during the halftime show, just about the halftime show, and I missed Serena. Serena Williams killed it when I saw everything on Instagram. I missed Serena, and again, all of these are shots fired at Drake. The whole thing was pretty funny, just eviscerating Drake, and the symbolism when you know all that stuff. It was very entertaining, very well produced. I enjoyed it. One of, if not the most relevant performers to do a halftime show in my lifetime. I don't even know if I was alive when Michael Jackson did it, but I'm sure he would argue that point if he was still with us. But yeah, he just won 5 Grammys, 14 days ago, and then he's the halftime show. He's the biggest name in rap. He was one of, if not the biggest name in music, not named Taylor Swift in 2024. So that's a good get for them. I don't know if Jay-Z is still picking the halftime performances after this year. If there's pushback, I'm sure we're going to have like Willie Nelson next year if people really complain. But grow up. The game's for everyone, but sometimes the halftime show is not. We've already had plenty of old-time rock bands, and let everyone get a little piece of the pie. So, and he's literally the biggest name in rap. So it's not like they pulled some guy off the street, which felt kind of... I know they were going for Taylor Swift 2 of the previous 3 years, and she declined. Usher felt lazy because he had the Vegas residency that just felt lazy. He put on a good performance, but when was the last time Usher was very relevant? No offense. So sometimes it just feels meh. But yeah, I liked it. Good performance. Good artist. Award-winning artist. So, yeah, well, I'm just going to get into 2 more things, and I'm out of here until Thursday. We'll get into NBA. I think I'm going to get into NBA. We'll do some rumor mill with maybe NFL, a little sprinkle of NFL draft, a little college hoops, start getting ready for March Madness. We'll start opening the show up to more than football, obviously, because... What do you want to talk about Kellen Moore? You want to talk about Kellen Moore? I'm asking you. I can't hear you. I can't hear your response. But no, I don't want to talk about the Saints head coach. Not yet. He's got to earn it. Anyway, so tonight we have the Four Nations Faceoff. I believe that's the full name of it. And we have... the 4 nations in the NHL dropping the pucks tonight. And I'm trying to get all the exact info for you if you're planning on tuning in. Yeah, so... I was wrong. Tomorrow is Canada versus Sweden on TNT. The Four Nations Faceoff. It's a round-robin tournament. USA-Finland will be Thursday at 8 p.m. So, sorry. Canada-Sweden tomorrow night. If you're following, Sidney Crosby is active. He will play. He missed the last, I believe, 2 games in the Penguins season with an arm injury, I believe. But if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to throw up the rosters. I believe these are current, accurate. I know some big name just got forced out due to injury. I forget who. I think it was one of the Hughes brothers. So yeah, Team Canada. Sid the Kid, Nathan McKinnon, Mitch Marner, McDavid, Sam Reinhart, Mark Stone. If you know hockey, you know these names: Braden Point, Cale Makar, Pietrangelo, Devin Tays. Goalies, Binnington, Hill, and Montembeault. That could be their weakness. No offense, but that could be their weakness. I know Binnington had a very fine time with the Blues not too long ago, but I think the next team I'm about to talk about, I think their goalies pretty damn strong and deep. And that is Team USA with Eichel, Gensel, Jack Hughes, Chris Kreider, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson from the New York Islanders, the two Kachuk brothers, and the Trocheck brother. Maybe he has a brother somewhere. Adam Fox, Quinn Hughes. Yeah, but Quinn Hughes is out. I think Quinn Hughes is out. McAvoy, but Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman are their goalies. That's as good as it gets, people. When those are your three goalies, Russia would have an argument probably with maybe Sorokin and Shesterkin, but they're not in it because they're the boogeyman in all Olympic and international competitions. But anyway, we move on to Tim Sweden. No, a good guy, Timmy Swedes. Team Sweden, Forsberg, Nyquist, Lindholm, Elias Peterson, William Karlsson, Nylander, Zibanejad. They're pretty loaded too. The Hedman, Erik Karlsson on D, Markstrom, Gustafsson, Ullmark, solid goalies. I would take Team USA personally. And then the last team is Finland. They have huge names too, and Sebastian Aho, the Hurricane. Capo Kakko, if you know him. Barkov, who's just an absolute stud, arguably the best all-around player in the game for some time now. Lettinen from the Avalanche. Mikkola, Mata on defense. And they have, Saros, Luukkonen from the Sabres in goal. Lankinen from the Canucks. So all good players, all big names if you do know or follow hockey. Patrick Laine is also on Finland. So yeah, this should be good. This should be a good time. If you're looking at it from betting standpoint, Finland plus 900. Finland plus 900 to win the whole thing. Sweden plus 400. Now, these will probably move a little bit maybe in the next 24 hours. I don't know. Finland plus 9, Sweden plus 4, and then the odds I saw on Bleacher Report were USA and Canada both plus 160. So take from that what you will. All these teams are loaded. Should be a good time. Should be fun. Again, this is replacing their All-Star break. Something different, and they also have missed out on the last Olympics. So this is what they're doing to kind of please the fans, please the players, because the players do love playing for their country. And then, again, that starts tomorrow. USA's Thursday. Canada, Sweden tomorrow. USA, Finland Thursday, 8 p.m. I believe everything's on TNT and all that. Maybe True TV and all that. But, last thing is Super Bowl ads. Didn't see all. Saw some. I liked David Beckham's brother, Matt Damon. The shots at Ben Affleck are always funny. And then the one that I didn't even listen to, I just saw Seal was a Seal. Mountain Dew. Pretty funny. Comment. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite Super Bowl ad? What'd you think? And, that's really all I got for you. Quick episode. Hoping to get my co-host sometime this year. Never know. I know he's got other things going on, but this is what I got going on. I got my hair. $5 on the USA I think. Alright, everyone. Be safe. See you Thursday. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Go USA.